Hi everybody, it's me Willow and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have another fun video for all of you guys today. I'm going to be breaking down my awards predictions for Best Original and Adapted Screenplay. I made this video a few weeks ago on October 8th, so it's all updated for the month of October. Things haven't shifted around too much. I haven't been able to see too many films since I made those predictions. I think the only film I've seen since the predictions being made was Catherine Bigelow's House of Dynamite, and my thoughts haven't really shifted too much towards awards with that film. So, most of my predictions are still strong, and I'm ready to dive into them with you guys. Okay, for best original screenplay, in first place I have Sentimental Value, which is written by Joachim Trier and co-written by Eskil Vogt. So I have it at number one because I think this could be the possible Oscar they can give to Joachim. Not giving him Best Picture, not getting him Best Director, but still giving him an Oscar somehow. So I do think the film is very strong, but people have been criticizing it for its writing and not thinking it's as strong as The Worst Person in the World. So this could be a big change. I do think Marty Supreme, which I have in second place, could possibly push in there, similar to with director. I think with more momentum during the holiday season, when more people see it, I think this one could really push into first place. So I kind of tentatively am feeling a little off about Sentimental Value just because I'm not sure if it's really that strong anymore. I feel like Neon is not pushing it compared to It Was Just an Accident, and also No Other Choice. They're starting to ramp up that campaign as well. So we will see what happens with Sentimental Value. I do think it's a very beautiful film, and if anything, I think the performances and the screenplay do deserve to be recognized. So if those are things that get nominated and things that win, I'd be pretty satisfied. So I have Marty Supreme in second place. This is written by Josh Safdie and also co-written with Ronald Braunstein. So they would be awarded with Best Original Screenplay with this one. And I think they do have a really strong chance of winning this category, like I mentioned. In third place, I have Sinners, written by Ryan Coogler. Again, this could be a possible way of giving Ryan a win, if not giving him for Best Picture or for Director, but showing his achievements of writing and how he's been able to develop his scripts over about a decade since Fruitvale Station and Creed. He's really worked his way up from an indie director to then working with some of the greats like Sylvester Stallone and taking over his Rocky franchise and into the Creed franchise, and then also being able to work with big corporations like Disney, Marvel, and being able to helm big superhero franchises like the Black Panther franchise, and then after that being able to move on to his own original genre film. So I really do think Best Original Screenplay could be a strong category for Ryan Coogler to win in, but he does have some hot competition. Have It Was Just an Accident, written by Jafar Panahi. This is kind of brought from his own experiences when he was a political prisoner in the Iranian regime, and also other stories that he's heard from fellow friends and people passing who were also prisoners during this time. So I think that is a really strong narrative. I think this film's script is so well written. This is a really just overall well done film by Jafar, and I think with him being shown at all of these film festivals, having his film being broadcast, also with the idea of him facing censorship in the past, and because of his filmmaking was one of the reasons why he was imprisoned. So I do think this is a really strong narrative for this film with censorship happening all over the country and the world. I think Best Original Screenplay could be a possible surprise, but not surprise at the same time, of a win. Then in number 5, I have The Testament of Anne Lee, which is written by Mona Fastwood and co-written by Brady Corbet. So I really love this film. And again, I think with Best Picture, Best Lead Actress, Best Original Screenplay, and then costumes and maybe original song, I think this could have a really strong campaign with Searchlight Pictures if they, pick it up and start showing it to everybody that they need to in the industry. I think this is a really strong screenplay about women and leadership from like a woman's perspective. So I would really be happy, if this gets the nomination, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of these other screenplays jumps in there, like The Secret Agent or Anemone, House of Dynamite, Jake Kelly. So I do still feel strong about some of these other ones. I also really do love the film If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You and Sorry Baby and Splitsville. I think these are really strong original screenplays as well. So we will see how things change over the year. But I do, I would say, this is a strong 5. If Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, Sinners, It Was Just an Accident, and The Testament of Anne Lee all get a Best Original Screenplay, yeah, I think I'd be very, very happy with these top 5, but I do think one or two could be interchangeable, possibly. So we'll see how things shake up. All right, I think this category is also super competitive. I do feel about maybe 90% locked on the top 4 here. I do think maybe number 5 could be interchangeable, but I do feel pretty confident about what I have predicted right now for Best Adapted Screenplay. In number 1, I have One Bell After Another, so pretty consistent with a lot of the other categories. This is written by Paul Thomas Anderson, and it's inspired by the 1990s novel Vineland, written by Thomas Piccolin. I think that's how you say his name. And Paul Thomas Anderson has been inspired by this American author in the past. I think this screenplay is just so quick, snappy, and it's paced so well. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. It doesn't even feel like that. You could take another 3 hours of this film. It's just such a well written film. It's just, like I said, it's very snappy. You're going from one location to the next. You're meeting new people all the time. You're getting a lot of empathy, and there's humor played in with this darkness. So, such a well written script. Very, very impressive. So, I wouldn't be shocked if Paul takes this one home. In second place, I have Hamnet, which is written by Chloe Zhao, and it's also co-written by the author Maggie O'Farrell. So this is based off of Maggie's book by the same name. I really do think this is strong too. This is a great script. It's very seamless. It's also a longer film, but doesn't feel too long. It really does grasp at you emotionally, and I think that's what people are going to notice. A very well done adaptation from the book to the screen. I think it's pretty accurate, but also has Chloe's own flair to it. So I think this has a really strong chance of getting a nomination. Also, a more classic adaptation, kind of more a 90s feel of an Oscar vote. So I think this one has a strong chance of getting in with this category. In my third place spot, I have No Other Choice, which is written by Park Chan Wook, Dawn McKellar, Lee, I'm gonna mispronounce his name, so I'm just gonna put it on the screen, and Lee Jae-hung. I'm gonna put that on the screen as well because I feel like I've probably pronounced both of those two writers' names wrong. But this is based off the novel The Axe from writer Donald Westlake. So this has been getting lots of rave reviews since it's come out. So I'm very excited for this one. I've yet to see it. It's also coming to a film festival, the Forest City Film Festival, at the end of October. So I'm going to try and see it at the film festival before it comes out wide. So hopefully I'll have a chance to get to see it. I'm really excited about it. It's getting lots of good reviews. People say it's really funny. It's a great adaptation. So I have to put it in there. Park Chan-wook has been nominated in the past for his other screenplay. No Other Choice is a really strong film, so that's why I have it in my top 5. Then in number 4, I have Frankenstein, which is written by Guillermo del Toro, and it's based off the classic novel Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley. And this is a very good adaptation from the novel. A lot of the structure is very similar, but it's also very vast, and it kind of hones in on specific scenes that are in the novel but changes it up. They do take liberties specifically with some characters like Elizabeth and William. These characters are completely changed from what they are in the novel, so very different, but we do follow basically from book to screen the creature's journey. So I do think that's very interesting to see this adaptation, that it is so closely to the Mary Shelley adaptation, but at the same time, it's very different to what Mary Shelley wrote in her book. So I'll be interested to see if this gets a nomination just based off the fact that it's based off Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, a classic novel that so many people revere. So I do think it has a strong chance just based off of that fact. In my 5th spot right now, I have Begonia. This is written by Will Tracy and is based off the novel Save the Green Planet by Jang Jun Hwan. Has probably mispronounced the author's last name, but this is getting lots of reviews, positive feedback. People really do like this script. So I'm interested. This isn't like Yorgos, so it is Will who would be getting the nomination and the award. But it seems like this is a very intriguing story, also kind of timely. So I have it in my 5th spot right now. So I do think the top 10 is pretty strong as well. I think Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere could get in there. Maybe Wicked, just because it's like, I think only if Wicked Part 2 is stronger than Part 1 will it get nominated, but have it in there outside kind of like tentatively. I wasn't a big fan of the Smashing Machine. I'd rather watch the documentary, so that's why I have it outside. But you never know, maybe a lot of people do enjoy the film. Train Dreams, I feel like a lot of people are saying it could possibly sneak in there once it comes out, so I do have it tentatively out there. Nuremberg, I really enjoyed at TIFF. I thought it was really well done. I really did like the script. I thought it was also very snappy, and there's kind of like this big change tonally halfway through, and it's very well executed. So, this is also based off of a book that's kind of giving us a warning as humanity. So I think Train Dreams and Nuremberg could possibly move up as time goes along. All right, and that's the end of my predictions for Best Original and Adapted Screenplay. I'm so excited now that the 2025-2026 award season is really starting to pick up with the steam. I think all of these predictions are, still, mixed. I'm not 100% sure. I still haven't seen everything on the slate yet, but I'm feeling pretty strong about, my top threes for both categories. And, like I said, everything can change in the next few months because we're still a while out from the Oscars in March. But I love making these early predictions, just having a chance to look back of what I thought, early in the festival race, and now we're post fall festival season and really diving into that almost November awards time with all the releases. So I'm just so pumped. I'm glad I was able to make these predictions with you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are for best original screenplay and best adapted screenplay. I'd love to hear the predictions in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and post notification button because I'm going to be posting much more awards content in the next few months. I also post movie reviews and pop culture content here on YouTube, so give me a subscribe. If you enjoyed my video, please give it a like. All of this interaction really helps to push me out into the algorithm and find more like-minded folks like you guys. I love the cinephile community, so being able to grow my YouTube channel is such a blessing, and having all these like-minded people here, just being able to have a conversation, talk about awards, movies, it is truly an amazing thing. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you in my next one. Until then, bye.